Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have Ethiopian delegation visits Pars architecture. Brexit disrupts UK foreign trade. Welcome to our newsroom. A strong Ethiopian delegation led by the Ethiopian Minister of Finance Ahmed Shide visited the rail infrastructure of DMP and the companies of terminal container management. The delegation, accompanied by the president of the Port and Free Zone Authority, Abu Bakr Omar Haddi, went first to the container terminal where they were greeted by the various officials. Then they headed to the DMP railway terminal. The delegation ended the visit at Nagare station. Recall that the Ethiopian delegation will participate tomorrow in a meeting of board of the directors of the EDR Ethiopian Djibouti Railway, which will be held at Kempiski. The Ethiopian Minister of Finance Ahmed Shide appreciated the modern facilities and infrastructure of our ports. An awareness meeting on the withdrawal of voter cards was held today at the People's Palace. Took part in this meeting the director of the campaign, Ahmed Ali Barre, the mayor of Djibouti City, Fatma Awali Osman, the president of the three municipality of Djibouti, as well as the local elected officials and the district council. Goals remained and raised awareness among local elected officials, neighborhood council, and leaders of associative networks on the importance of the democratic meeting on April 9th and the need to carry out local awareness raising work in the various neighborhoods so that voters can withdraw their voter cards and therefore fulfill their civic duty. The G5 of the neighborhood 7B Skartile district at its head, the African Osman Abdullahi organized this Saturday mornings at Hassan Guled Abtidan Stadium an awareness ceremony on the withdrawal of voter cards. Took part in this important meeting the Minister of National Education, Vocational Training Mustafa Muhammad Mahmoud, the Minister of Muslim Zafar Sanwaq from Mumin Hassan Barre, the National Director Campaign Ahmed Ali Barre, the President of the University of Djibouti, who is also Deputy Director of the Dr. Jama Mohammed Hassan, without forgetting the coordinator in charge of logistics and native of this district, Muhammad Ali Khawra, who actively participated in the good organizations of this event. We should also note the participation of the coordinator in the mobilization, Isa Khair Roble, his deputy, Ms. Nadira Ali Hassan, the chairman of the Mobilization Commission, Mahad Hussein Ahmed, local elected officials, neighborhood councillors. After reading the Holy Quran, followed by the national anthem, songs led by our singers, all native of the Kartile, like Roda Dahar, Khadra, Gordahaba, and Jiro. The Minister of Muslim Affairs, Waqf Property, Mumin Hassan Barre, said for his part the purpose of this morning meeting was, among other things, to remain and raise awareness among local elected officials. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, said the neighborhood council and leaders of associative networks on the importance of the democratic meeting on April 9 and the need to carry out awareness-raising work proximity in the various neighborhoods so that voters can withdraw their voter card and therefore fulfill their civic duty. The municipality of Ras Dika, in collaboration with the Djiboutian Handball Federation, is organizing a gala match evening on the occasions of the National Women's Week and support the candidates of UMP Haji Ismail Omar Gelle. The evening was a great party with the participations of Djiboutian song stars Awale Adan and Fatuma Harouna. The evening was coached by the campaign coordinators of the commune of Ras Dika, Mr. Nur Ali Abdi, the president of the Federation, Ahmed Mohammed Tahir. The campaign management committee of UMP candidate was present with the Jama deputy directors of the campaign and the inhabitant of Rastika. The kickoff was at 4 p.m. and the second match between Hodan against the team of U7FTH Sheikh Musa Al-Hiba. Last match of the evening, the team of the GR and the former glories of the Djiboutian handball, the families of the municipality of Rastika and the family of handball support their candidate Ismail Omar Gelli. The Commissioner General of the Ethiopian Federal Police, Demelash Gebre Mikhail, paid a working visit to the General Directorate of the National Police yesterday. Welcome on his arrival by the Director General of the National Police. The Ethiopian Police Commissioner General was accompanied by the Ethiopian Ambassador to Djibouti, Birhanus Keye, and the Rector of the Ethiopian Police University. The day began with the intonations of the national anthems of both countries. This visit is part of the strengthening of cooperative relations between the Djiboutian police and the Ethiopian police. The Director General of the National Police did not fail to underline the good relationship which existed between the Republic of Djibouti and the Federal Republic of Ethiopia. The Commissioner General of the Ethiopian Federal Police, for his part, thanked the Director General of Djibouti National Police, Colonel Abdullahi Abdi Farah, for his more than warm welcome and recalled the historical relationship of two countries. Listen now to the two heads of delegation who were present in this visit.
We here today at the signing ceremony of Memorandum of Understanding to the strengthen cooperation between the Ethiopian Federal Police Commission and the Djiboutian National Police Force in the area of border security, policing training, and regular consultations. As we all know, our two countries have a strong historical ties, sharing a common culture, social values, and language. Ethiopia has been using the ports of Djibouti for its imports and exports. Beside ports usage, transportation, telecommunication, trade, investment, security matters, energy, and the potable water are the areas the two sisterly countries have developed strong cooperation. The cooperation between the two countries is based on mutual benefit, trust, and respect. Djibouti is one of Ethiopia's significant trade partners. 3 years back, the trade volume between the two countries reached more than 300 million USD.
It seems that my brother, he summarized all what we have to say, what we had to say. The only things remaining for me, it is to thank him. And I am sure that as we are committed, we will translate what we write in the MOU, what has been written in this MOU, to be translated in the field as soon as possible. And this because the time it is now for not only our countries but for all our continents, time to join our forces for the interests of the security of our population, citizen, and without this security, we cannot dream to get development. The only way to achieve this objective, it is at first to make strong and secure the peace. And it is for what we are today here, and we prepare this MOU, and inshallah we will succeed. Thank you.
Also, as part of his working visit to our country, the Commissioner General of the Ethiopian Federal Police, Demelash Gebre Mikhail, this morning visited the new buildings of the Technical and Scientific Police, which is located behind the Central Police Station. Upon his arrival on site, the General Commissioner of the Ethiopian Federal Police, Demelash Gebre Mikhail, accompanied by the Director General of the National Police, Colonel Abdullahi Abdi Farah, was greeted by Colonel Mirgan Umar Hamed, Director of the Urban Corps. After the review of troops, the Ethiopian delegation went to the new building of the Technical and Scientific Police. Objective of this day was to present the work of forensic laboratories, but also to demonstrate the know-how of the Djiboutian police in this area to the Ethiopian delegation led by the Commissioner General of the Ethiopian Federal Police. It should be noted that this new building for the Technical and Scientific Police of Djibouti is equipped with the latest equipment and is unique in the Horn of Africa. A team from the fishery engineering companies responsible for carrying out studies and technical consultation carried out a one-man's work mission with a view to donating two 35-meter patrol boats and a pontoon to the Djiboutian Coast Guard. Colonel Wais Omar Bogore, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, extended a warm welcome to the Japanese expert from the fishery engineering company. Upon their arrival at the Coast Guard, in his words of welcome, Colonel Wais Omar Bogore assured the team of Japanese consultants that the Coast Guard will do everything possible to facilitate the studies and consultation mission of the fishery engineering team in order to achieve the set objectives. During their work assignment, the experts from fisheries engineering were able to mark several visits to the various sites in connections with the project to donate two 35-meter patrol boats and a pontoon in order to collect the necessary data An outing of the high seas was even organized so that the experts should see up close the extreme conditions of navigation on the current 20 meters patrol boat and the need to have the larger and more robust 35-meter patrol boat as quickly as possible. Under the slogan Growth and Donation, Partnership and Loyalty, Al Gamil Group, always in its annual meeting, brought together these employees, putting its human resources at the center of its concern with good reason because motivated and appreciated staff in guarantees of competitiveness and surpassing. This day was celebrations and the pride to belong to his families was read on the faces of the employees who were rewarded, which was a source of motivation and serves as a model for other employees to achieve excellence and better growth. These days punctuated by music. The Arta High School hosted the recruitment competitions for young academics for the public services in partnership with the Arta. In Tujura, the prefecture and the first deputy of the Tujura region, Mr. Hassan Dabale, the president of the regional council, Umar Hussein Umar. This competition is carried out by the Ministry of Labor and Reform of Administration, followed the recommendations of the Employment Forum actions to fight against youth unemployment in the regions of the interior under the impetus of the President of the Republic, Head of Government Muammar Gele, who ordered to meet the human resources need in the deconcentrated, decentralized services of the state in order to reduce the unemployment rate in the regions. In the Obaka region, the delegation of the Technical High School of Obaka, led by the competitionists, the Association for the Futures and Development of the recruitment of the young peoples in the region. The competitions was carried out in Obok in the region in the presence of the prefect of the region Abdul Malik Muhammad Banoita and the president of the regional council Muhammad Humad Ismail, the general inspector of the employment Abdi Hassan Idle. For his part, the president of the regional council, Mr. Muhammad Hamad Ismail, said organized by the association began with the presentations of the coordinators, which is coming to an end, who underlined that the activities carried out have positively impacted on 15% of the area, which covers in split efforts with the local community. He specified many things. For his part, the the Secretary of State for Youth and Sports, Hassan Muhammad Kamil, underlined the situations of the fruitful exchanges with the Prefect of Obok and the President of the Regional Council and the employment staff, the officials of the Minister of Labor and Partnership. We're very interested in the safeguarding of the employment. He underlined the importance of voluntary actions and quick solutions to guarantee access to water will supply and come of the Obok region. South Africa has become the boss of African football after CAF General Assembly held yesterday in Morocco's capital, Flip. During this General Assembly, the President of the Djibouti Football Federation, Suleiman Hassan Waberi, has just been elected again as a member of Executive Committee of the CAF for the next few years. President Waberi was elected with an overwhelming 14 votes of these 52 African countries, and its CAF poll, the president of the federation beat his rival Ethiopian who received 12 votes. The president of the Federation of Djibouti has also been appointed vice president of the African Football Federation (CAF) and will also be the second CECAFA representative to the CAF. The president of the Djibouti Federation is warmly thanked the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, the member of his government, for their unwavering support for this Djiboutian solidarity. We regret to announce the death of Mr. Hassan Mohammed Ahmed, which occurred the day before yesterday in Djibouti. The deceased was a former police officers and customary leaders of the Daratli Confederation. Leaves behind him a widow and 4 boys and 3 girls, including Jilani Hassan, general managers of the Harmonica companies and president of RPP Annex, and many small children. The deceased was highly respected for his great wisdom, his sense of sharing and hospitality towards his community. In these painful circumstances, the management and all the staff of RTD extend their sincere condolence to the families of the deceased. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. For the international scene, activity in the United Kingdom contracted in January, in particular because of measures to combat a highly contagious variant of the coronavirus, while foreign trade recorded a record drop with the exit from the European single market. British GDP fell 2.9% in January after rising 1.2% in December, according to figures released Friday by National Statistics Offices. It is still 9% below its February 2020 level. Before the shock of the pandemic, last year's GDP suffered record contractions of nearly 10% in the UK, European countries most bereaved by the pandemic, and a member of the G7 with the sharpest fall in its economy. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.
Nos mondes se sont unis le jour où nous avons compris la direction à suivre. Dorénavant, personne ne laisse rien dans son plat, car nous avons compris l'essentiel. Savourer pleinement tous ces instants que nous partageons. Et nous n'avons jamais partagé d'aussi beaux moments.
Salam Bank met à votre disposition un nouveau service pour vos paiements de factures de l'ETD et de l'ONEAD. Vous pouvez régler vos factures par paiement en espèces ou par virement compte à compte ou en ligne avec le e-banking. Pour toute activité de votre compte, vous recevrez une notification par SMS. Réglez vos factures en toute simplicité avec Salam Bank.
Une première à Djibouti, Proxygaz vous présente sa nouvelle bouteille de gaz, beaucoup plus pratique et économique par rapport à votre cuisinière traditionnelle. Vous gagnerez en moyenne 5 fois plus de temps. En plus,